Lady here, and welcome back to my heartstrings, everyone. It's been a while. It's been quite a while. And I know you're all wondering what happened. Did I quit doing content? Why did I quit live streaming? Why did I quit TikTok? I'm going to let you know I'm fine. Nothing horrible happened to me. I'm doing amazing. I did celebrate my 2-year SCA survival on October the 13th and my PACE anniversary on the 14th. For those of you who are new to my channel, my name is Sherry, and on October 13th of 2021, I survived a sudden cardiac arrest, and on the 14th, I was given a pacemaker to keep me alive. So guys, something did happen, and I'm going to share some of it with you. I will go into more detail later. As you remember, I was working for Hand & Stone as a front desk receptionist. And I guess in about March or April, the job started to become very toxic. It became a toxic shit show. To some degree, I was being harassed by one of my managers. I'll go into more detail later. The whole situation began to get worse, and it made me physically ill, and it made me emotionally sick. I ended up doing about 2 to 3 months of therapy because of this situation. So what happened was, I stopped doing the YouTubes, the TikToks, the live streams, the diamond painting, because I was applying for jobs like a mad person. I was on every job source, Indeed, you name it, I was applying. I was calling people, I was networking, I was emailing, I was in contact with everybody. Just nothing was connecting with me, no matter how hard I tried. And every free moment I had, I was applying for jobs. I did video interviews, face-to-face interviews, phone interviews. I did this survey interview thing. I've done it all since then. And then finally, I guess around mid to late August, my husband was like, hey, look, do you want to try to get on at my job? I was fully qualified to do it. I had just never really thought about going back into cellular logistics and electronics. I worked with the company for almost 5 years doing that. And I told him, sure. And it took us about 2 weeks to a month just to get an email address and a phone number. So I emailed, I got no response. I called the number and their voicemail box was full. I couldn't reach anybody. I kept trying and nothing. And my husband kept reaching out to them, and then all this time was passing. I was still applying for jobs. I was emotionally drained and I physically not feeling good. I was trying. Finally, about 2 weeks ago, one of the HR reps ran into my husband at work and said, is your wife the lady that's looking for a job? He said yes. She gave him a phone number for me to call, and she said they would be in touch with me. I called the number, I left a voicemail. What was crazy was the next day, which was this past Friday, they emailed me. One of the hiring reps emailed me and said, hey, send me your resume so we can get you an interview. I sent her my resume, and she replied back in the email, hey, can you go down and change this and add some this and that? I did that, and what I did was I sent her 2 different versions of what I fixed. so she could go over them and see which ones she liked best. I guess about 20 minutes later, she actually made me an offer. And she was like, will you be okay with this amount? And can you come and tour our facility on Monday? I was like, yeah, sure. And then about 20 minutes after that, she sends me onboarding paperwork. And I thought, well, they're just preparing me for the interview. And I had to go back to my old job. I was literally driving to my old job when the HR queen, the head of HR, called me to confirm that I had actually been hired. Now, the way it works is I work 60 days under a staffing agency. If they like what I do, then I become permanent, and I don't see a problem with that. But that Friday, I actually had to tell my new general manager, we have more on that, my new general manager, that the next day will be my last day. And he's like, you're not giving 2 weeks? I said, I wasn't giving the opportunity. Literally, I didn't care. I didn't want to be there anymore. It had become so stressful and toxic, and there was so much going on. I didn't care that I was leaving. And I do want to share the stories with you guys. I'll probably do like a series of videos explaining each thing that happened at this place. Like I said, it was a toxic shit show, and I needed to get out. So I had spent the past 2 to 3 months applying for jobs and trying to find a way to get a job to leave the current one, which was Hand and Stone. So guys, I now have a full-time job, which at Hand and Stone, even when I maxed out on hours, I wasn't getting 40 hours, which is a huge problem for me. I'll be making $4.50 more, $4.50 more than what I was making at Hand and Stone. You cannot argue with that. I get, of course, once I get signed on permanently in about 60 days, I'll have paid vacation, paid holidays, paid sick days, you name it. I have benefits and all of that. I'm very excited because I've done this work before. My new schedule is Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. Monday through Friday. I don't work weekends anymore if I don't want to. I'll have a lot of free time to do more content on here, more live streams again, especially in the afternoons and weekends. I don't have to worry about selling anything to anybody, and I have the same schedule every day. I don't have to wonder about what my shift is anymore. I'm so glad to be back, and I hope you guys weren't too worried, because I know that my health has always been a concern for some of you, but I'm doing great. And I'm fantastic. I have a new job. It's going to be really good. I'm going to be making so much more money that I won't ever have to worry or want for anything. It's going to be good. It's going to be great. And I'm so sorry that I left you guys in the lurch, but I had to take care of business. So, starting this afternoon and going through this week in the evenings and this weekend, I will do a series of videos step by step what really happened at this job and why I was forced to just try to get out of it. So stay tuned for that. I love you guys so much, and I have a ton of content coming with the story series on my old job. I love you, and as always, I'll be vlogging you later.